joining all Republicans voting no were for Democrats who face re-election next year in potentially difficult races. Since Max Baucus of Montana, Mark Begich of Alaska, Kate Hagan of North Carolina, and Mark Pryor of Arkansas. Senator Frank Lautenberg, DN.J. did not vote. White House spokesman Jay Carney praised the Senate plan, saying in a statement it will create jobs and cut the deficit in a balanced way. While calling on both sides to find common ground, Carney did not hold out much hope for compromise with Republicans. The rival budget passed by the GOP-led House cuts social programs too deeply, he said, and fails to ask for a single dime of deficit reduction from closing tax loopholes for the wealthy and well-connected. The Senate vote came after lawmakers labored through the night on scores of symbolic amendments, ranging from voicing support for letting states collect taxes on internet sales to expressing opposition to requiring photo IDs for voters. The Senate budget would shrink annual federal shortfalls over the next decade to nearly $400 billion, raise unspecified taxes by $975 billion, and cull modest savings from domestic programs. In contrast, a rival budget approved by the GOP-run House balances the budget within 10 years without boosting taxes. That blueprint, by House Budget Committee Chairman Paul Ryan, Wisconsin, his party's vice presidential candidate last year, claims $4 trillion more in savings over the period than Senate Democrats by digging deeply into Medicaid, food stamps and other safety net programs for the needy. It would also transform the Medicare healthcare program for seniors into a voucher-like system for future recipients. We have presented very different visions for how our country should work and who it should work for, said Senator Patty Murray, D-Wish, who chairs the Senate Budget Committee. But I am hopeful that we can bridge this divide. A day that stretched roughly 20 hours featured brittle debate at times. The loudest moment came toward the end, when senators rose as one to cheer a handful of Senate pages, high school students, who lawmakers said had worked in the chamber since the morning's opening gavel. Senators then left town for a 2-week spring recess. Congressional budgets are planning documents that leave actual changes in revenues and spending for later legislation, and this was the first the Democratic-run Senate has approved in 4 years. That lapse is testament to the political and mathematical contortions needed to write fiscal plans in an era of record-breaking deficits that until this year exceeded an eye-popping $1 trillion annually, and to the party's profoundly conflicting views. I believe we're in denial about the financial condition of our country, Senator Jeff Sessions of Alabama, top Republican on the budget panel, said of Democratic efforts to boost spending on some programs. Trust me, we've got to have some spending reductions. Though budget shortfalls have shown signs of easing slightly and temporarily, there is no easy path for the two parties to find compromise, which the first months of 2013 have amply illustrated. Already this year, Congress has raised taxes on the rich after narrowly averting tax boosts on virtually everyone else, tolerated $85 billion in automatic spending cuts, temporarily sidestepped the federal default, and prevented a potential government shutdown. By sometime this summer, the government's borrowing limit will have to be extended again, or a default will be at risk, and it is unclear what Republicans may demand for providing needed votes. It is also uncertain how the two parties will resolve the differences between their two budgets, something many believe simply won't happen. Both sides have expressed a desire to reduce federal deficits. But President Barack Obama is demanding a combination of tax increases and spending cuts to do so, while GOP leaders say they won't consider higher revenues but want serious reductions in Medicare and other benefit programs that have rocketed deficits skyward. Obama plans to release his own 2014 budget next month, an unveiling that will be studied for whether it signals a willingness to engage Republicans in negotiations for plain political hardball. The amendments senators considered during their long day of debate were all non-binding, but some delivered potent political messages. They voted in favor of giving states more powers to collect sales taxes on online purchases their citizens make from out-of-state internet companies, and to endorse the proposed Keystone XL pipeline that is to pump oil from Canada to Texas refineries.